Good evening everyone and welcome to Apex Esports League. I'm JT and tonight we're set for round 1 of the Pagdian Advanced Simulation Supercars Championship. We're kicking things off at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, a technical circuit with flowing corners and limited overtaking zones. Precision, patience and tyre management will be vital tonight, especially through the tight middle sector where mistakes can be costly. Tonight's session includes a 10-minute practice, a 10-minute qualifying, and a 40-minute race. The session is set for sunrise under clear skies. A 40% fuel cap is in place, forcing a fuel stop to finish out the race. Random safety cars are in play for the series, mixing up the strategy. Looking at our standings from wrapping up the Vive Toyota GR86 Cup, Ben Faulkner wrapped up the series as the series champion, and Dan Bartosh and Andrew Rushworth round out the top 3 of the series standings. Will any of these contenders carry that form into the Gen 3 Supercars season? In the GR86 Cup final, Joshua Horton secured the win and Caleb Dawson finished P2, while Ricky Bunt completed the podium in P3. Now it's time to shift gears and get the new season in the Gen 3 Supercars. And looking at tonight's layout, Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course is a 3.6 kilometre track featuring narrow racing lines and blind apexes, and with few true passing zones here, drivers must apply some pressure and try and force mistakes to create some overtaking chances, and expect some strategy to play a role in tyre management and fuel conservation coming into play over the 40-minute race. And now let's get trackside with practice underway. Seeing some good quick pace already within the practice session. Seeing some 25s in there, 25.6 and a 25.62. Very tight times between Andrew Rushworth and Joshua Horton already within the practice. And if you're joining us for the stream, jump in the chat, say hello, hit follow if you haven't done so, and do have fun with our sound effects controls that you can play over the stream. We got Simo and Steph in the chat. Thanks for jumping on, guys. These Gen 3 cars sound fantastic out there. Oh, and Joshua Horton has taken that time away on the top spot, 25.072, nearly breaking down into the 24s. Nick Clifton flying 1.3 behind in pace at the moment. Oh, catches some dirt, saves the car. It is a very rough circuit at Mid-Ohio. There's varying textures across the track. It's good to see Stephen Banks back out on track with us again. Welcome back, Banksy. I think we have some debut drivers joining the league as well. They're going tonight, so welcome to all those drivers. I think that's Zachary Weisblum. Hopefully I got your name correct there. If you listen, just send me a message if I've got it wrong on you, Zach. Debut, I believe Orlando Black. Fitzroy Beaumont. Some drivers I haven't seen for a little while. Marty Hughes and Jason Schooler. Harry Dodds, good to see on the old names from the Supercars. Half a minute left of practice and over to qualifying. There's championship points on the line for qualifying through the series. We'll be seeing wet weather appear in this series as well. Each of the events will be fixed. It won't be randomized generated weather. The drivers will at least be able to practice ahead for the wet rounds this series. Drivers scramble out onto the track. Tim Mulford returns for the Supercars as well. Welcome back, Tim. Trying to find some track position here. I'll even just jump on for a lap around straight up. Forward with Tim Mulford down through turn one. On the power, nice and early to bring up to the keyhole. Nice run down along the back straight. Almost turned in a little too sharp for the King. Now through the goat trail of the S's. He must be feathering over the throttle and brake. Crowd here in third. Be a nice little slipstream in for Mulford. A bit of tyre spin through the carousel exit. No time on the board. Tim Mulford, a 1:25.57. Good for first time off the mark. Joshua Horton. Ooh, big blink. So it's a 24.8. Looks evenly matched through the field for car choice as well. All drivers getting a time on the board, bar 4 so far, which is pretty good. Having about 20 odd drivers out there on a very goat track of a circuit as well. It's very tight. Stephen Banks pushing some good pace, currently P5, halfway through qualifying. Oh, a big slide. Who's going for that? I think that's Mick Clifton. We're going to see some awesome new liveries from some drivers as well. It's 19 times on the board now. 4.7 separates the field. Some very tight times looking all the way down there in qualifying. Steer there for Orlando Black. Ends it up nicely through the carousel. A few seconds off pace there. Another time in. Ronnie Hughes gets one in. Trainer just to get a time. Oh, catches a slide in turn 1. We'll invalidate this one. It probably might be just enough time to get out there and do another outlap. Pole position still holds out with that early 124.8 from Horton. Pushing some very good pace. Half a second ahead of Rushworth. Mulford did first position into P2. Rushworth really trying to drive that down. Walford's got a couple attempts to try and find here to be able to pip Rushworth. Oh, not now. Clifton sneaks into P2. Pretty much last couple laps in qualifying here. Could see some late movement. Most drivers are out on track. Black. Brought the car in, so that'll be qualifying done. I think there'll be enough time to be able to get another timed lap. You practicing pit strategies now as well, or pit entry should I say, not strategy as such. That could be anything for them at this point. Being able to relatively plan a strategy, and as long as there's no incident, you can usually get away with it. With a random safety car for the series is going to really shake things up. We will have a 50% chance each round for the safety car to occur. And then out of that, it'll be either within the first, second, or third quarters of the race. Except not on the first lap. 20 seconds left for qualifying. Track temperature at 23 degrees. It's pretty good conditions out there, which is good with how loose it can be at Mid-Ohio. Trainer not yet getting a time. Oh, a bit too much curb. Yeah, Simo needs someone to send it. Who's going to fill in for you tonight with the stunt? Vlasbom gains some positions. Moves up to P6. And Trainer gets the time on the board. Knocks Wade down a spot. Be enough time here for Wade to finish up a lap. Close to finding a second here. Some oil on first corner for the start of the race from Simo before he left us for the round. Looking forward to some spins through turn one now then, Simo. Oh, he gets the time in. Will it count, or is it already after the session ended? It's just pure practice here. Yeah, I don't think it's counted. So we just get to listen to some nice purr from the Camaro. There's qualifying complete. And qualifying for round one of the Pagnian Advanced Simulation Supercars Championship at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. We have Joshua Horton taking pole position. And then the rest of the grid is then set by Mick Clifton, Stephen Banks, Andrew Rushworth, Tim Mulford, Zachary Vlasblom, Harry Dodds, Matthew Fu, Sam Tucker, Jeff Arnold, Nicholas Martin, Orlando Black, Brad Hayes, Ryan Bunt, Fitzroy Beaumont, Marty Hughes, Jason Schooler, and Kurt Heath in P18. And 19 through to 21, we have Callan Hodgkinson, Jacob Trainer, and John Wade. Grid actually get an order there. Just waiting on pole position to grid. Horton's grid will be set to go. A good stagger here. Lights ready to go green for round one. Oh, there's a slide off to the inside. That looks like Stephen Banks takes the tyre wall. Joshua Horton's pulling away very quickly here. Already 1.4 gap and climbing. Clifton's trying to hold on. He's got Rushworth tucking in on the toe. Got a little bit of a pack down here. And shuffling here side by side between Tucker and Arnold. Oh, Matthew Foo's gone off. As this Hodgkinson just goes for a spin, looks like a tap to the rear. Slide from Stephen Banks causes the drop down into P15, now losing 12 spots, as has Foo. So we've got some big movement here with Jason Schooler and Fitzroy Beaumont moving up 6 and 5 spots. Simo hit the oil, yep. Rushworth is on the hunt. Got some gaps starting to close in for some battles to form. Nicholas Martin on the tail of Jason Schooler. Stephen Banks also looking to make up some lost ground after the start. Sticks the nose into the inside, not quite enough. Martin still held it for that right-hander. A little bit of rear slip from Martin. That's not going to be enough to be able to line up here for Banks for a move. He's going to go for it. Dives in. Pulls up the car. Nicely done by Banks. Martin falls back. Away from Schooler now as well. Indulge feeling big pressure from Tim Mulford. Yes, there's some not bad racing out there. Seems pretty tidy and respectful out there from what we're seeing. Nicholas Martin gets a move over Stephen Banks. Come back. Banks is trying to hold the door-to-door still. Martin be able to hold still through turn one. Banks lined up for a pass into the keyhole. The last lap could be the same again. And he's positioned for a bit of deja vu here. Martin not able to be able to hold enough ground on the outside. P12 goes to Banks. Despite Mulford and Dodds being quite heavily focused on each other here. We've got Glasblum starting to drop pace. Alford right on the tail of Dodds. Of Mulford's Mustang, leaving barely room for himself and Dodds. Pester the mirrors. So lap 5. 6 minutes into the 40-minute race. Joshua Horton leading by nearly 2.5 seconds. Pushed about half of that over the opening lap. Clifton and Rushworth still in tow. The two teetering with the gap here, so they're relatively matched. They'll gain a little bit over a different sector, different corner, but otherwise very, very similarly paced. Previous lap 26.19 from Clifton at 26.11 from Rushworth. There could even be some fuel saving going on here as well for Rushworth. He may not be trying to push too hard, just tuck in, get that slipstream. They're still holding relative pace to the leader. And if there's going to be a safety car, got to be contemplating what to do in that aspect. Banks and go back around Martin. This will be by error from Martin, has dropped back a little bit in gap. Brett Hayes and Jacob, Trainer door to door. Trainer takes some dirt. This could be interesting if he tries to turn over. Hayes stays ahead. Yeah, big tank slapper from Brian in the background. Steph catches. Our race leaders starting to pull away from the rest of the pack. Harry Dodds back in P4, still with Mulford behind. They've both gotten around Glasblum. And a swap here. Let's catch and see. The move was back straight, nicely lined up to the outside. Very nice pass. Rushworth moves up into P2. Horton maintains race lead. And Clifton drops back a fair bit as well. Big slide from School. Does he save it? No. Oh, very lucky as well. Clips Matthew Fu on the way past. Almost might have been a contact zero for Fu. That may have been very lucky. It looked like a solid hit and there was no reaction from his car. Fu putting down some pace, try and catch the tail of Trainer here. Fu's still on a recovery game here from that spin early on. Did lose about 12 spots, I think, off the start. So now 9 spots down. Leno, Black and Stephen Banks pairing up for a battle here for P9. Banks also on the recovery game here, currently 7 spots down. I think it was around 15 spots that was dropped roughly as well at the start. The battle, the fourth, continues from Harry Dodds and Tim Mulford. Hodgkinson trying to get the better of Jason School up. Well, Mulford's looking for a move here, positions the nose. Can they get him in the braking zone? One's a little wide, but it's not too bad. As long as you just plant the car in the middle here for this section, you're not going to really allow an opening opportunity to get through. So we're seeing a lot of patience here. We're not seeing any risky moves being taken. We're just tucking in, waiting for that error, and then taking the opportunity. It's very respectful. So it can get pretty sketchy on a circuit like this where there isn't very many natural passing opportunities. We almost just had the leader go off as well. Horton took some gravel and a little bit of dirt. Down into the S's. Horton has a 6-second lead, 10 laps in. Trainer makes a pass over Kurt Heath. Some pressure here for Heath as well. Hodgkinson making an attack. He's going to have the benefit of the inside at the kink. Doesn't hold off in the braking zone here. Corner will belong to Hodgkinson. Little overshoot. Hodgkinson moves into P18. Little safe gaps settling in now after positions have suddenly shuffled. If there have been some quicker drivers just trying to find that safe opening to get through, being held back a little bit. He might be able to push out those gaps and start climbing through to some other battles now. Schooler and Heath. Kamaro's battling it out for P19. Ooh, that's Hodgkinson off. Comes away from the apex. Very mindful of Hodgkinson coming in at the exit there. Pit stops for Stephen Banks and Marty Hughes. Dodds and Mulford still holding. So they're very similarly paced. They were pacing for quite a while with Dodds ahead of Mulford. Then once Mulford made the move, they've still been tucking on here and holding it out. You see just how much this track can really prevent an overtake. In comes Mulford. There's going to be a safety car. It'll be coming up into the last quarter that the safety car will become effective. Banks after having pitted in P14, Mulford P13. Marty Hughes having also pit. And P18, Matthew Fu also taking the stop in P20. Big work to come back through now. Hodgkinson also pit. There may have been damage in that off though as well, so it may have been forced upon, not part of strategy. Not many battles forming now. It's very, very cleansed. Beaumont and Martin duking it out for P9. Goes for the move, pulls it off at the keyhole. Nicely done by Martin. Beaumont on the attack, ball coming down to the S's, has to tuck back in. Martin will be able to hold out here through the S's.
Flag is out.
And there's our safety car. Joshua from Clifton closing back in. Looked like Gladstone was going to go into the pits. After this 2.8 seconds pit lane journey time, it must have been a spin into it. Looked like it was correcting the corner. It's quite easy to actually spin at the carousel and end up in pit entry lane. Safety cars collected the leader. Usually when we've had safety car from big incident, we would reduce the safety car's laps down to 1 to green once it's completed a full lap. That would actually close out any potential for waiver rounds. So we will be including waiver rounds in this series. Among some other changes as well, we did used to have unlimited fast repairs. That's now only down to 2, so they must manage that as well as total incident points has been reduced. They will need to be cautious. They won't get their second drive-through penalty like they usually do. There will be a DQ before that, so it needs to be very tight racing. So fuel conserving going on. He's already been in having pit. I don't think he'd probably need to be serving unless he didn't take on enough fuel. Most of all, been in and pit between lap 11 to lap 13. Some drivers all coming in now. Arnold stays out. Oh, on the pace. Too much takes some wall. That's going to be painful. Numerous cars in the pits now. Oh, chasing for the pits. And there can be contact in the pits now as well. All drivers have been in and taken a stop, besides Jeff Arnold. It's not a lap down, so there's not going to be a waiver round. All drivers much on the lead lap, I think, except for the last couple. Kurt Heath and John Wade only a lap down. Depending on if they got that pit out of the way before the safety car was called, they may get a waiver round. This is a pit lap 13. Safety car between lap 13, lap 14. Could be interesting for these two drivers. Safety car will shuffle the field soon. Jeff Arnold up 9 spots and race leader under safety car. And this comes in, be given the race restart. Safety car will come in this lap. We will be ready to go green. Almost 3/4 of the way round. Underway. Safety car will come in the carousel and be given control over to Jeff Arnold before the restart. And will Arnold go? Drivers are starting to get ready. Safety car's away. Race belongs to Arnold. Back underway, lap 18. Jeff Arnold's got Tim Mulford moving here, going side to side. Banks also looking to go for an inside pass. Mulford and Banks get alongside. Arnold left to the outside. Big smash. Tim Mulford moves into race lead. Joshua Horton fell down 6 spots from the safety car and the pit stop. So the early stops here is what's really helped you, hitting lap 11 and 12 for Banks and Mulford. The early stop from Marty Hughes also paying off big time. So it may very well pay sometimes to go for an early stop and try and last out the race, make up some big time and move potentially to the front of the pack. It's just not going to work if that safety car comes early. And Arnold comes in for that 4th stop now. On the attack for Beaumont. Oh, he goes off. Out into the kitty litter. Spot to re-enter again. Brad Hayes and Jason School battling it out for P16 at the same time as this fight between Bunt and Hodgkinson's occurring. Beaumont was up there in it, suffered an off. Also fight up towards the front with Marty Hughes, Mick Clifton and Joshua Horton now closing in very tight. Moves going every which way on the front straight. Clifton moves up into P3. As Horton passes Hughes. Move into P4. Barry Dodds joins in. It's a big bunch of cars really packing in to duke it out in the final 10 minutes of the race. Glaswell's trying to join this party as well. That's 6 drivers all within a potential spot to be able to battle out on the podium. They're closing in very quickly here. Mulford's not in the clear here either. He's been holding on about 3/10 to half a second gap on Banks here. Banks holding on to that slipstream. Rushworth and Hughes side by side. Dodds tries to sneak up around the outside as well. Oh, nearly 3 wide. Would have been daunting. Coming over that crest 3 wide. Still 2 wide. Going the wrong direction here. Oh, a little tap. Glasgow taps the rear of Hughes. There it is, Steph. There's some awesome racecraft out here. They are all completely aware of each other out here. I don't think there's really been incident here. Been minor touches and slips. Some minor mistakes. It's pretty good. It's what we want to see. It's going to be setting us up for a pretty good 10 weeks of this. We can have everyone coming and putting on this show for us each week. It's going to be a phenomenal series. Oh, blink. Is that Fu? Fu had the blink. What you want to be happening once you're in a battle like this. Only about 4 laps left in this too. Some more battles down the line as well with Trainer, Black and Hodgkinson. Even Bunt just up ahead as well. Oh, it's an off for Hughes. There's a big blink and then an off. I don't think there was touch. Stephen Banks has dropped back to P4. He was holding in P2. Joshua Horton's been on big attack here. Finishing up, getting around Clifton and Banks. There's so much action going on at these final moments of the race. A flash of the lights from Banks. Tim Mulford able to breathe a bit easier out there with Banks off. But Horton is coming in very quickly. Previous lap was about a second slower for Horton, but there has been a few positions gained over the course of that lap. Will Mulford be able to defend off these last few laps? Hodgkinson goes for an outside pass on Bunt. I don't think it's going to work. Might have enough drive to be able to drag race down this back straight though. Bunt's going to have to try and defend the inside. Not able to do it. Looks like Black's also going to get the position. Oh no, it's an off. Race lead hangs in the line now. Couple of laps left to the race. Tim Mulford and Joshua Horton are going to be duking it out to be on the top spot of the podium. Mustang versus Camaro. A little bit of rear slip from Horton. Hodgkinson and Trainer still battling here. Hayes chasing down Tucker as the race lead is being contested. Horton had a fantastic start to the race, leading for a good portion until the safety car. Oh, he goes for a move to the inside. Holds off at turn 2. On the outside. Oh, it's going to be an overshoot here. Mulford will just hold. Maybe enough to be able to keep to the inside. Mulford's just got it. They're scraped doors. There's 15 seconds on the clock. Then almost 3/4 of the way through this lap. This could be white flag. In fact, I think it's going to be. 8 seconds. Mulford just needs to make this car wide. Horton trying to feint to the left. That cost a spot though, 2 spots. No, Banks manages not to get around in time. Tim Mulford fights tooth and nail all the way to the checkered flag. Joshua Horton holds off in P2. And Stephen Banks, big comeback up into P3 and finish on the podium. What a fight. Last 10 minutes was pretty intense. Jeff Arnold wraps up. Hayes, Tucker. Waiting on Heath and Wade. Both on the same lap, I believe, as well. Nice line, Heath through the carousel. There we have round one done and dusted. Let's have a look at these race results. And we have for round one of the Pagnin Advanced Simulation Supercars Championship at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. We have our race winner being Tim Mulford. Congratulations on a fantastic race. And also to our podium finishers, Joshua Horton in P2 and Stephen Banks in P3. And then the rest of the standings then goes Mick Clifton, Andrew Rushworth, Harry Dodds, Zachary Vlasblom, Matthew Fu, Nicholas Martin, Marty Hughes, Ryan Bunt, Fitzroy Beaumont, Orlando Black, Jacob Trainer, Callan Hodgkinson, Jason Schooler, Jeff Arnold, and Brad Hayes in P18. Then 19 through to 21, we have Sam Tucker, Kurt Heath, and John Wade. See if our podium finishers have jumped down and have a chat with me. Congratulations, guys.
Thanks, JT.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Yeah, there's some good battling there, especially for you at the last couple of laps there, Tim. Josh started coming in pretty hard for you.
Yeah, I sort of knew at the end of that safety, I was expecting him and Mick to sort of really freaking come after it. So I was trying to save tyres as best as I could because I pitted a couple of laps earlier, but it was good.
And almost same strategy played out for you guys as well. The earlier stop before the safety car.
Yeah,
Well, I only really stopped because I was just I knew the traffic was going to hold me up and I knew there wasn't really much point in saving much fuel. So I thought, oh, I'll go roughly halfway and see what happens. And then, yeah, just got lucky with the safety car.
Banksy, I think pretty much we've seen you go up and down that ladder multiple times in that race and then you come out in P3, so well done.
yeah, cheers. That was
With that early spin and climbing
Yeah,
back
that
nearly
was
15
a bit
spots
of a
and
disaster.
then the early stop sets you back down the back again.
Yeah, well, I was just coming up to more traffic and I saw the pit window open, so I thought I'd jump in the first as soon as that opened and just try and get an undercut and work what we could. And yeah, like even just within one lap, I'd kind of gained about 3 seconds worth of undercut just on Tim in front of me. So it was obviously going to work, but wasn't going to work as well as the safety car coming out. That was that was really
you couldn't
lucky,
really plan
very
for that, could
fortunate.
you?
No, not at all. It was like a complete surprise, but yeah, no, it just worked out. Fortunate in a way. It was a bit,
The only thing I remember is it's not worth pitting under safety car if you can pit earlier because I remember it's close to that first lap.
yeah, definitely on these, behind the iRacing safety car and it closes the pits, you get screwed pretty much. So if you can do it before, definitely the way to go. But yeah, no, it worked out well in the end. Had a good race with Tim at the end, and Josh came up and got involved. So yeah, anyway.
Yeah, he's having a good time round turn 2. It seemed to be where most of the passes seemed to be made as well. I saw you line up a few times, Stephen, getting the inside line at that hairpin.
Yeah, I just found I could get a good run off turn 1 and it would set me up for that turn 2. So that was pretty much my go-to for the whole race. And turn 4 was occasionally a good spot as well, but yeah, it's a little bit dicey because the car can hold it, the other car can hold the outside and then have the inside, and next thing you know, you're too wide through the S's the whole way, and yeah, it's not ideal.
No,
But,
not
no,
on that
it's an
goat trail. It's
enjoyable
rather
race.
tight.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you need some cooperation from the other driver, that's for sure.
Yeah, for
But,
sure.
no, it's enjoyable night, and thank you, JT, for putting it on. Always
No
fun.
worries. Good to see he's back for a drive again, and all the best of luck in the series and next week at Donington as well.
Yeah, Donington should be fun. It's a good track there. You always be good racing there as well.
Good opportunities for passes. Nice, fast, technical. It's a good track. Should be some
Go
good,
from
exciting
an American
racing.
goat track to an English
To an
goat
English
track.
one, yep.
No, it's good fun. I enjoy those tracks, actually. Yeah.
Right.
Well, thank you, JT.
Yep, no worries, guys. We'll pass over for the shout-outs. Over to you, Tim.
Yeah, as always, mate. Hybrid Racing Simulations, they got a special shout out. They helped me out with a Solpack XR5 Dash this week that I just set up tonight, and it's wonderful and really helped in that race. Melbourne Hydrographics Depot, RMX at Heatherton, DHF Tyres, RSW Graphics, Bubbles and Balloons, and of course Phoenix Driver Development for all the setups and coaching.
Excellent. Thanks, Tim, and over to you, Stephen.
Thanks, JT. Where are we? Oh, just Lake Edge Holiday Units. You've got Track Racer, Majors Garage for providing us setups every week that we do use and find very good, actually. So if anyone needs a good, reliable setup, go to Majors Garage. 8 Rivers Photography and W Energy, and last but definitely not least, One Shot Pest Management with Murray in Ulladulla. So yeah, shout out to those, and shout out to everyone out on track tonight for the good fun competition, and then also most importantly yourself, JT, for putting the broadcast on. Much appreciated.
Yep. Cheers, mate. Much appreciated. All the best, guys, and good luck next week. Look forward to seeing you
That's
again.
easy, JT. Well done to
No
everyone as
worries.
well. Racing.
Yeah.
See yous.
Congratulations, Tim. See you.
See you, mate. Cheers.
And there we are. That's a wrap for round 1 of the Pagnin Advanced Simulation Supercars Championship. And a big congratulations to Tim Mulford on a strong start to the season, with Joshua Horton and Stephen Banks finishing out for a strong round as well. And after a thrilling first round, the Pagnin Advanced Simulation Supercars Championship continues next week, where round 2 heads to Donington Park GP on Monday at 8:05 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. And a big thanks to our sponsors and partners: Pagnin Advanced Simulation, Next Level Racing, Vive, Fanatic, Dubby, Razor, Stump Grinding Central Coast, and Chubby Buns Burgers. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.